Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Julia, I am the Mindful Tarot Coach and this is going to be the usual weekly tarot check-in. In this video I'm going to give you the usual tarot impulse with the help of the same Rider-Waite deck, answering the same 3 questions. You can find them below in the description section. As always, I encourage you to pick up what resonates, and I go even further. I also invite you to observe the cards and to pick up anything else that you feel like, oh yes, it talks to me, it resonates with me. It can be a color, a symbol, whatever, anything that I may have not mentioned on the cards, but you feel like they are talking to you. Feel invited to pick them up too and build it into your own meaning. Tarot is a very universal, complex system of symbols, but it is also very personal and very individual. That's why it's a good idea to look at for those symbols and see what else you may discover in the cards. That's the interesting part of it. All right then, having said all this, let's get started. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the good news is that the next week we are going to have the opportunity to grow a lot again, because the main topic of the next week is signified by the devil. The devil is actually a really cool guy. His name is Lucifer and it means literally the one who brings the light. And indeed, the devil is the one who shows us and brings us the light by first showing the shadow side of the life and the shadow side of our personality. The devil is all about addictions, negative bondages, negative behavioral thinking patterns that actually do not serve us, but that are still kind of ruling and controlling our lives. It can be drug or substance use, alcoholism, sex, toxic relationships, overeating, and the like. Think of what is your drug in your life, what is your self-limiting belief, or what are the repeating patterns in your life that you always end up landing in, and the ones who are actually do not serve you and where you think, yeah, you know, the same shit again. So everything every pattern like this is the work of the devil, and actually it helps you to show you that at the end of the day it is your choice. That's why the devil is a really cool guy actually. Alright then, what we have here as a complementary minor arcana card is the 10 of Pentacles. This is actually a very positive card. It is all about abundance, solid foundations. It is also about good investments, home, security, and the like. As you can see, we see here a patriarch with his family together in a beautiful, nice house around. And indeed, the 10 of Pentacles is all about good investment, security, good foundations, home, and the like. Given that it completes a devil, I think it can go several ways. One way to interpret is to say that it can be the next week this dark side, this negative pattern is going to be actually materialism. So a kind of obsession with money or the material side of life. This is one way to go. Another option what I see here is that it can be that these negative patterns that we have mentioned here have their roots in the past or in the family house, in the family, right? So look out for all kind of negative patterns and addictions and the like that may have their roots in the past or in the family. It can be that they are going to be the topic next week. All right, now let's take a look at the risks and potentials. The good news is that we have here the Strengths card. And I say good news because this is also a very positive card. And it is interesting because it is very much in sync with the Devil card. I will tell you soon how. But first, let's take a look at this card. The Strength is all about inner force, inner strength, finding this inner strength and reconnecting to it. So it is all about feeling strong, feeling confident, being in balance, being in harmony with yourself and the power within. And the way of finding this balance is first and foremost to see those internal forces that are working in all of us. So interestingly, the Strength card is also, just like the Devil, is about instincts, impulses, and in some cases also animal or embarrassing impulses that they come up in a very disturbing way. And again, the way of handling them is going to be not beating this beast up, because in this case it may bite back, but instead of this, approaching it with compassion, love, acceptance, because this is going to be the way of taming it and bringing those impulses and instincts in balance. So again, the Devil is going to be a topic. These internal, external forces are going to be important, and we are going to have to deal with them the next week. And the good news is that we are going to have the chance of dealing with them in the right way and finding this harmony and peace with them. The Strength card is completed by a Six of Cups. The cups are always about emotions, and the sixes are always about a kind of peace and harmony. And putting this together, I can say that yes, the next week we are going to have the chance to find this inner harmony and balance and making peace with the past, because the Six of Cups is also about childhood, memory, home, and the past. And this is very interesting because, again, this is very much in sync with what we have seen here. They both can mean home and familiar environment and a familiar context, right? So if I put these two cards together, I would say the next week we are going to have the opportunity to control and balance those forces, and also to find peace with them. We are going to have the opportunity to make peace with the past and to find a way of dealing with them and leave this behind, and also to deal with the inner child within us. Okay, and last but not least, we have here two cards that give us advice regarding all this and help us to understand what is the best way of managing all this. And what we have here is a reverse Tower. This card can be familiar for you. It has shown up many times recently. Very interesting. And the Tower is the card of transformation, of drastic change. It is all about changing beliefs, enlightenment, finally understanding something, but it is also about destructing and destroying illusions and old foundations that are not working for us anymore. The Tower is more often than not a very painful, stressful, emotionally stressful experience. However, it is always good for us because it helps us to create a new foundation and to let the old shit that doesn't serve us anymore go. This card has come up in a reversed position, and this tells me that this change is already happening, or it is already hanging in the air. However, for some reason we still show some resistance. Maybe because of out of fear, or maybe because we are clinging on too much on old beliefs and old things. We don't want to let the old things go. However, resistance is useless. The more you resist, the bigger your pain is going to be. So make sure you try to go with this flow, to go with this change, and let the old shit and rubbish go, because it's not good for you anymore. And again, this is very much in sync with what we have seen here, because the Tower can also mean self-limiting beliefs, just like here in the case of the Devil. So again, make sure you go with the flow, you go with this change. It is going to happen anyway, and it is going to be good for you, right? Okay, and last but not least, it is completed by a reversed Four of Cups. Normally the Four of Cups is about a choice, a new opportunity being offered by life. It can be a new job offer, a new relationship, or anything else. And as you can see, this guy is still kind of reluctant to accept it. He or she is not really sure yet whether he or she wants to take it, because he doesn't know whether this cup is going to taste good or not. And this is totally okay in the case of the Four of Cups, because normally when this card shows up, it tells you, yes, there is this chance there, and you still have time to meditate and think about it. However, given that this card has come up in a reversed position, I would assume that we have here a little push, telling us that, yeah, okay, it's good to think about things, but please don't hesitate too long, because in this case, this opportunity that is sitting right under your nose may go away. So make sure you are not waiting for too long. Make sure you are not resisting this change, but you go with the flow. Accept the new, embrace the new, and make sure that you are embracing this change again, right? This is one thing that the Four of Cups reverse invites us to. And the other message that I feel here is that, yeah, open up again and try to come out of this isolation, in case you are a bit isolated recently. So try not to meditate alone too long, but try to get out of this, embrace the opportunity, and reconnect to other people again, because this is going to be good for you. All right then, last but not least, let me show you the whole constellation as always, because this is always very interesting to take a look at the whole stuff and see the relations. First and foremost, I have to change the whole stuff here so that I can show you. Just a second. All right then, there we go. Okay, so let me quickly wrap this up. Again, the next week, a very important topic is going to be our self-limiting beliefs or negative patterns, and those life situations where we feel trapped and where we think that we are controlled by external forces. We have two different cards that tell us the same, and it can be that these negative patterns are going to have their roots in the family or in the past, so make sure you look out for these topics. It can also be that these negative patterns are going to represent themselves in the form of materialism or being obsessed with money. It is also a possibility. We are going to have the chance of making peace with these external forces, and the way of doing this is going to approach them with empathy and compassion. And if we do so, we can find balance with them, and we can reconnect to our own internal force and find peace with the past and peace with the hurt inner child within us. And the way of doing so is, and the invitation what we have from the cards is, go with this change. Release those negative self-limiting patterns because they do not serve you anymore. So go with this change and make sure you are not hesitating too long, because in case you do so, you may miss great opportunities for change. All right, then. I hope that you liked it. I really hope that you have found some useful impulses. In case you did, please do not forget to push the like button. You are also welcome to share this video and to subscribe. I am very, very grateful for everything. Thanks a lot for showing up. We are going to see each other next week. And till then, take care of yourselves. Ciao.